I have to show you guys my shirt. It is the Bluth family crest. Hey guys, how's it going? This is Robbie Ruviews with Robbie Ruviews. On this channel, we take random short films from YouTube and review them. On today's episode, we have The Diary of an Aryan Girl from APG Films. I think it's going to be similar to The Diary of Anne Frank. Maybe a girl caught in a war-torn country, and she has some decisions to make if she wants to stay or if she wants to leave. Am I right? Let's find out. Berlin, December 1939. Good start. I gotta start taking a look at the first shots a lot more. I love the text here. It's really cool. Looks like it has some bluish hue. Typically with historical films, you almost expect them to have that kind of orangey Godfather sort of lighting. But it looks like they have some daylight balance bulbs, if I were to guess, which is totally fine. Looks like his nose is a little shiny, and it's going to be good to get some makeup in there for next time. Maybe it's like the opposite of Anne Frank, Diary of an Aryan Girl. I didn't even pick up on that in the title. I just kind of said it. I didn't really think.
A New Germany.
I wonder if this is like some like alternate reality type deal too.
Your new SS Sterbenflora.
Oh, Sterbenflora.
Oh, Dieter.
I couldn't have gotten this far without you.
Oh, that's nice. Shadows were a little intense on the wall. It's always hard to combat shadows. So maybe it might just be a lighting angle type deal. And it looks like she's a bit underexposed, and the background's a bit more exposed than she is. And it looks like you're getting some highlight in the door there. And it looks like the shots may be off a little bit. That last shot looked a little bit more overexposed than this shot. With these slower paced movies, it's a lot more noticeable when there are dips in the cinematography and stuff like that, whereas if it's a fast-paced sort of thing, then it kind of goes by you a little bit. I don't want to get too nitpicky with the whole period piece thing, but I don't think that's a pen they would use back in the day if it is 1939. But I'm not going to do that a lot. Don't worry, I'm not going to harp on it like that. Alright. February 1940. I wasn't even going to try to pronounce that city name. Good job on the costume so far.
Good morning. My
Hey,
name,
what's up?
because of my body count towards our enemies.
That OTS was a little awkward. I'm kind of glad they didn't go black and white for this. I think color kind of gives it, even the muted color on their costumes gives you some of that. I'm not sure how I feel about this storytelling device, having her kind of narrate a lot of this stuff. And it looks like you guys are resorting to this room time and time again, because how can you do a period piece without a ton of set decoration? Totally get it.
May I ask
But
you
it
a
is
question,
noticeable.
Dieter? Those documents.
I don't know if that was a boom shot or what, but it looked like some went over her head.
Could you not tell me at all what they contain?
I'm afraid
Yeah.
that is absolutely out.
It's about the camps, isn't it?
Looks like she's a bit more dead on. Okay, no, they matched it. When you're going like from the side to dead on, it was a little weird looking. Music's pretty good.
Efforts make up for their scum.
Very dialogue heavy though.
But nothing
I'm
bad
curious to see
happens
if it's
you,
gonna live
does
up
it?
to the 21 minutes that it's
Nothing
up
terrible.
for. 1944, Berlin.
Your blonde hair and blue eyes, mixed with my courage and intelligence.
So her physical traits and your personality traits would not
The
fly
perfect
in
Aryan
today's society,
child.
obviously.
It will be our future.
Is it the perfect Aryan child because you're not blonde hair, blue
The
eyes?
future of the National
But again,
Socialist Party.
personality. A little awkward here.
I love you so much.
Good. I don't know.
Thank you.
I love you too. We're beautiful.
I think he was talking to the baby, not her. Yeah, those white walls are killer. Absolutely killer. And yeah, again, I appreciate you guys, with the banner right there. And there look like there's some mirrors there. But, I mean, something about white walls in film, it just does not really do it. Unless you're going for that sort of really dreary effect, like an Office Space type movie. But, yeah, when you're trying to engross your audience, especially with a period piece, those white walls can really, really brutal. 1945.
The Russians have been under a lot of pressure.
Wonder if they're trying to tell a story with the lighting here, kind of making it more dreary, a bit more contrasty here. Uh-oh. Nice work on the tank. That was really cool. I don't know if that was a miniature or what, but excellent job. The sound cut was a little abrupt. Might want to put like a cross dissolve on that for next time. Or a constant power. Uh-oh, those files. Those secret files. The filey files that he didn't want you to find. Find. Nice. Cool. Very cool. I like what you did with this open space here. Nice little bunker area. A little dark, but that could just be my screen, but it looks a bit contrasty. But again, if that's the mood you're going for, totally cool. Yeah, it looks like we need some makeup above the forehead here, especially if you're going to do contrasty stuff. Got to make those actresses and actors look as best as possible. I love that you got to use some smoke there. That was cool. It looked like it was all coming from one side, though. Again, I know it's tough. I totally get it. So it is just a bit noticeable. It takes out a little bit of that realism away. Oh, boy. It would have helped to have some, like, impact, special effects, possibly. Instead of them just kind of falling over. Whoa. He's using that guy to kill his own guy? Brutal. Gotta have some impacts and stuff when you have those hits. The knees and the punches, really gotta sell that with some sound effects. Oh, there's his pistol. I wonder if he just desaturated it a lot, or wanted to kind of be a more black and white. Uh-oh. Interesting to have this perspective of it.
You are the cancer! There are children too.
Looks like there wasn't a lot of lead room for her shot. Typically, you'd probably want her a little bit more to the left. See, he's got some good lead room here. And see, she's like more toward the center as opposed to being on the side. Not a huge deal.
You're unfit to be a human being, let alone a father!
I said shut
Whoa! Oh, whoa! How rude. Unfit to be a human being. Uh-oh, he's got the crazy hair.
All the years we've been together.
Again, letting it go pretty dark here. Oh, whoa. What?
Protect you at all cost.
But now I want to protect the baby from
So
you.
did Julian.
You're gonna kill her, himself, or the baby? What?
It was an honor.
Yeesh. Brutal. Whew. RM. Alright guys, so that was the Diary of an Aryan Girl, and I think it was gutsy for them to go for a period piece on low to no budget. I like that they set the challenge for themselves to do a period piece. I had a couple issues, but the main one being cinematography. I think you guys could have been a lot more creative in that aspect and helped guide the story a bit more using the camera. The probably biggest problem I had was the lack of locations. Having just this one kind of almost basement looking scene where everything was taking place, we didn't really get a layout of the room. It was kind of always in the sort of medium shot. So I'm going to check this one out again and give you guys some thoughts. We're going to go deeper into this film. Let's start off with the good. Alright guys, starting off with the good, we're talking subject matter. I think it was really, really cool for them, like I said earlier, to tackle a period piece knowing that they're notoriously difficult to shoot for. But seeing something like the Diary of Anne Frank from the other side is really interesting. I thought we got some cool insights. Obviously, it was mainly more personal. So overall, I thought the subject matter was an interesting choice, and to try to go for a period piece on a low to no budget film is pretty awesome. Next for me are the actors. You know, for a 20-minute film, I had to be engrossed for it to not feel extremely long. And this is a bit of a slower paced film. The actors kind of kept this one going for me. I don't think this film could be as good as it is without these strong performances. So I think the acting performances, I don't want to say save this movie because it wasn't a bad movie by any means, but really helped this movie be a lot more engrossing than if the actors weren't as talented. And finally for me, the music, I think it had just kind of this epic score to it, which was really cool during certain scenes where, you know, it was a lot of dialogue, it kind of underlaid, which was very nice. And I think the music was one of the big things, along with the actors' performances, to help make this movie not feel as long and to really help guide us throughout the entire film. Let's transition now into the not so good. All right, so now we're on to the not so good. First and foremost, I want to talk cinematography. With the first couple of shots, I had a couple notes about the cinematography. It looked a little bright in some spots, a bit dark in others. I did really like, actually, that the film kind of progressively got darker as things looked more bleak for our main characters. I thought that was really cool. But overall, the use of daylight lighting, it kind of goes against the period piece. We're so used to seeing things from the past looking like a tungsten, similar to The Godfather. The fact that you guys were using daylight lights like I am kind of threw me off of that period piece vibe. Also, it looked like the lights were very harsh. There were a couple of shots where I saw, a little bit of acne, a little bit of shininess on the actor's nose, and at first I thought it was makeup, but I think the lights may have been a tad too harsh. You really want your actors and actresses looking pretty flawless, smooth skin, looking really good. So next for me is lack of locations. You weren't able to get to all the variety of locations that I feel this film needed. Additionally, the white walls, I'm sure there wasn't much that you could do with them, but honestly, it's one of the trademarks of a more amateur film or a lower budget film, because those white walls can really just sap the color out of your film. And when you have things on the walls, it breaks it up a bit, gives it a bit more of a production value. And finally for me, on the not so good, the general story. So overall, I didn't have many qualms with it. It was pretty straightforward. Wasn't a huge fan of the ending. Overall, I felt like the story was pretty much just an excuse to get these guys in a room and talking to each other. I liked that, she was kind of interested in this folder, and then she actually found out what it was as, the years have gone by. That was fine. There was a lot of dialogue, and there wasn't really much reason to it. It was more like, okay, we got to get them in this room and talking about this. It didn't really feel like, one person was winning the battle of the conversation with another, and I think the writing could have used some work. I don't like getting bogged down in plot details, but I wasn't a huge fan of the ending. I always feel like a lot of short films end that way, so I would have liked to have seen maybe he dies in war, then she can't take it anymore, or something like that. I didn't feel like the characters were developed enough either. We followed our female lead the entire time, but I feel like I didn't really get to know her. She just kind of narrated everything. I feel like there wasn't enough character development for me to really be invested in these characters. What are my overall thoughts on this one? Alright guys, so overall I like this film. It was a 20-minute film, so I was like, I don't know if this is going to hold up the entire time, and I think it really did. I'm going to give this one a 3 out of 5 stars. I think this is a really solid film, and I just really appreciate that you guys went in and tackled a period piece. That's very commendable. So 3 out of 5 stars for this one. Definitely check it out when you get a chance. Alright guys, that's going to do it for us here on Robbie Reviews today. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Thank you so much, APG Films, for sending your short film on through. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like, and if you want to see more from this channel, please subscribe. I will see you guys in the next video. Have an awesome day. That was a lot of information, and I was looking into that LCD viewer. LSD? No, LSD. Obviously, it's the LSD viewer. The creative, the cinematography was... Some of the knocks that I have, the creative... Why do I keep saying the creative? The creative did not have cinematography enough for me, because I am a film critic, and... I'm getting a call. Hey, what's up? I'm recording. Anything from where? White Castle? This is weird. I had my fiance in last week, and I was like funny, and I was doing all these quips. Yeah, no, I'm sorry I'm not like funny this episode. Yeah, I've had funnier videos, but hey, look at this shirt. All right, guys, that's gonna do us. That's gonna do us here for Tabor.